This is the second hour of this Matatu ban in the CBD, and earlier on I showed you pictures from Old Race Course Road, how it looked hectic, but now this is Moi Avenue inside the CBD. See how it looks very clean, looks very orderly, no Matatus whatsoever in the CBD. I haven't seen any, none of them have broken the law, none of them have gone against the police. The National Police Service are on the other side in conjunction with the Nairobi City County Police officers. That's the Kanju side, and they're manning traffic on that side, so Matatus are not allowed to go past Globe. That is those coming from Waiyaki and Thika Road. Now this is how it looks going into. Now this is what we wanted you to see, how people are walking. Now this used to be Koja stage, the Koja at the Koja roundabout. Sorry, we are on. If you see the picture shaking, we are on top of a pickup truck trying to show you how it looks generally within the CBD. Now this is what used to be Koja. It is empty. No Matatus are allowed. I do not know what is going to be put up there by the NCC, but we'll see. That place is very empty. But now you can see a lot of people now are walking all the way now to work. Now these are people who've been dropped from Thika Road. These are people who use Thika Road and Waiyaki Way. That is people from Limuru, people from Kasarani, people from Reisambu, people from Githurai. Now this is how they are walking into the CBD. Now this place used to have traffic of cars, but now this is traffic. This is people traffic. This is human traffic. Since when did you last see this many people at this point in time? Probably maybe looks like people are going to a campaign rally or something, because now, and it goes all the way to Ngara. Now at Ngara we witnessed something very weird. There was actually people were it was actually a snarl up of people on the overpass. So many people. I've actually tweeted that picture. You can see it on my Twitter. People actually stopped for a moment. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Like, there were so many people on the bridge, they actually had to stop for a whole minute. Nobody was moving, standing on the bridge. That's because now on that side, Matatus are dropping so many people because they're not allowed to go past Ngara, and now this is how it looks. They have to walk all the way from Ngara now down, and now this is the part where on the NCC side we're seeing like they were not very prepared for this, and it's very clear now, because they say that they are going to have buses or high capacity buses to transport people from the dropping points, from the dropping termini all the way to the CBD. Now that idea looked good on paper. It looked good when they say it. When the chief officer, I spoke to him last weekend, Frederick Karanja, and he said that they were going to have high capacity buses of up to 100 people. Now look, how are you going to take all these people into the CBD? If you have a bus, a high capacity bus of about 100 people, these are so many people. These are hundreds of thousands of people, and this is only at one termini. Now there's more termini down. From people coming from Eastlands are being dropped at City Stadium, Muthurwa, and there are so many people. So I have not seen any of those high capacity buses. So it means their plan is kind of being blown out of the water. They're kind of being exposed in the part of that they were not very prepared in terms of how to now get people into the CBD. So people have to walk. People are frustrated. People are frustrated now walking from the termini into the CBD, and somehow the funny part is that half of the people who are walking are happy about it, and the other half are very frustrated. Now that is weird behavior, because you'd expect that maybe people unanimously will be angry about it, but then it's not the same. Now this is how it looks now getting into Ngara. Now you can see traffic on the other side, Muranga Road, on the downside, that Kahama Hotel stretch going around the Globe. Look the way it looks. See how it looks now. People have to walk all the way to the CBD. This is how it looks this morning now. We're going to have to wait and see how NCC is going to deal with this. Those high capacity buses, it's about time they bring them, and even if they bring them, it's going to cause a lot of traffic again, because these are so many people. During peak hours at this time, it's almost impossible to get people into the CBD at the same time. And with this number of people, just look at this, Sam. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the chaos that is this side of Ngara, Sam.
All right. All right, thank you so much, Kimani Mbugua, for that detailed and comprehensive report on the situation on the roads, and especially looking at the commuters now that have had to walk to their different destinations or to connect if they need to, and to get to where they are going. Just your final remarks. What are your thoughts about this ban that is now disallowing or stopping or banning all matatus from getting access into the CBD, Ditmas?
It's very unfortunate because, one, we need to ask ourselves, what do we intend to achieve? If we are saying we want to decongest the city, we are decongesting the city for what purposes? Because we are leaders for the people. And we cannot be, in light of wanting to decongest the city, we should not again subject people into suffering. Some of those corridors they are walking through are very dangerous. We've seen in the recent past, they are dens for muggers. So I think there is a lot that we need to do to ensure that we are decongesting the city by providing specialized city buses that will be able to deliver people at the CBD. And my last remarks will be that Kenyans must prepare themselves, and I want to appreciate the Kenyans that they have matured to a level where they are no longer intimidated by big names. They are no longer intimidated by these dynasties, but they are intimidated by vision and agenda. So those people who are preparing themselves and they think that they are going to intimidate Kenyans into voting for them as presidents by hiding within their names of their families, they will be in for a root shock. They should ask the people of Western Kenya who voted out the then Vice President Mudi Awori and replaced him by a known doctor called Dr. Paul Otoma. They will also remember Musalia Mudavadi, who also was trounced by a reverend when he was the Vice President of the Republic of Kenya. So they must be prepared for to retire and go home if they have no agenda, but not that they will be resurrected by the names of their families.
Okay, all right, Baraza. Just one comment as you close. Don't go for two.
I hope Governor Sonko is looking at all those people walking to work, because those are votes that are walking out of his re-election bid. You cannot do that to people that I get up in the morning, get ready for work, and then you drop me so far away that I have to spend another 20 minutes walking to my place of work. This ban should have been effected with an alternative for commuters to be able to get into the CBD. These are the people generating revenue for your county to run. And then this is how you treat them. This is complete and utter. It is a total disregard of the common wananchi. And for a person who has a side business or started out his side business as a matatu operator, his callousness and his lack of foresight in this particular instance, for me, is baffling. So, Governor Sonko, just watch those votes walk away. And thank you for being a one-term governor.
Wow. Prof.
I think the greatest challenge, and Kenyans have spoken loudly on this before, is corruption, is abuse of power, is politicization of service delivery, and negative ethnicity. I think as I look at this, I would like that I call upon Kenyans that we get to allow those who are in decision making, especially those who have the technical ability to determine that this is where we need to go from where we are to work. I want to ask Kenyans that you have indeed voted severally. You know that you have reforms that you've been looking for. Do not allow yourself to be clouded by politicization and intimidation, and do not, even at the risk of looking at trying to close others and make others fall on the argue of dynasty. We have dynasties that have fought and have brought reform. And to this date, when you mention their names, people know these are people who have stood for Kenya to this date. So let us not look at the politicization. Let us look at reform, the Kenyan people, and how we can get out of where we are.
Richard, finally?
Kenya is a very interesting country. It's the only country in the world where somebody wakes up in the morning, makes an announcement, from next week, next month, there'll be no boarding schools. When you ask why, they don't tell you. Kenya is the only country where a city that is vibrant, I think the biggest city in East and Central Africa, which needs thoughtfulness, careful planning, careful organization. There's nothing wrong decongesting the city of Nairobi. But you can't decongest if you don't have tram stations, which are bringing people from the suburbs of the city into the CBD. What happened to the buses that were supposed to have been bought from South Africa? which then by now would be the buses which are picking people from the suburbs, whether it's Lavington or wherever, and bring people into the city. I mean, we just need to stop this matatu culture of just having ad hoc decisions which are made without consultation, without public participation. The matatu owners have been telling the government, give us time. And I wanted to mention this, Sonko and my brother, the CS, Matiang'i, if this thing fails, in terms of public confidence in them, it will be down to zero. Sure. So they really must make sure this thing succeeds.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Mheshimiwa Richard Onyonka from Kitutu Churches South, Professor Jacqueline Aduol, nominated Member of Parliament, Joem Divo, who is a governance expert, former magistrate and lawyer, as well as Didmas Baraza, Member of Parliament for Kimilili. Thank you so much for making time for us on Daybreak.